music with homophobic and sexist lyrics to discourage people from having these views, or whether or not we should allow it and therefore they can make their own decision. And it's also a medium of artists expressing themselves. In our first speech, we did not mention that it would be extreme cases of homophobia and sexism. We said that there's an extreme side, but there's also a very subtle message. And we would like to cover all of those aspects on the spectrum, not just extreme cases or not just subtle messages. And I feel that that is what opposition got confused with our first and second speech. We also said that people feel inferior when they are listening to these derogatory lyrics. And the opposition side said that people would rather want to listen to these lyrics and therefore discuss it and therefore they can make their own decision. Would we rather not ban it immediately and they have them discuss why it is banned and that's why they would change their views? They also gave the example that with blurred lines, it was extremely sexist and it had a rape culture and people discussed it and then sexists changed their views. We cannot assume that those are the effects that will happen if we allow this to continue. We cannot assume that just because people discuss it, people will now change their views. And therefore their argument does not stand. We also made the point that government limits freedom of choice in speech to protect and keep people safe. And by limiting these lyrics, it keeps us from harm emotionally and physically. The opposition side said that they would rather have education campaigns, and they would allow this music to continue, but they'd have education campaigns to discourage people from having these points of views. But that's very hypocritical, and society view government as being very hypocritical. Because on the one hand, they're saying that yes, you can listen to this music, we're allowing it, and on the other hand, they have education campaigns.
Point of information. People have complex and contradictory views, both as individuals and as a society. Why should the government impose a blanket view of how people should think, how people should discuss these issues?
We're not saying how they should discuss it, and we would rather change how they think, because the other side of how they're thinking is a bad view. We do not want this bad view. Why should we allow people to have this bad view just so that it can create diversity in society? Why should we do not allow people to kill people just because they think it's okay. We do not allow people to steal because they think it's okay. So why should we allow them to be homophobic? Not taken. Why should we allow them to be homophobic because they think it's okay? It's detrimental and harmful to the society, and that's why we're bad. The opposition side also used that we came up and we said that youth are very impressionable, and if we are not taken, and if this music is heard by the youth, then they will grow up with these views. And the opposition side said that we can rather have an age restriction, and then the youth won't be impressionable, and then their parents can teach them, and if their parents are homophobic, the youth can make their own decision. We argued that an age restriction is very hard to manage. I mean, with porn, there's an age restriction, with drinking, there's an age restriction, but yet people still do it. So how can we now assume that just because there's an age restriction on the music, that this will now make it better and that the youth won't be not taken? The opposition side also mentioned that it's a way of artists to express their views, and it's a way of them going through a journey from sexism to a journey where they want to empower women and where they show women the same respect. Would we want people to follow that journey? What if people start with a journey on sexism and then they just don't continue? What if they just stay with those sexist views? We cannot assume that as the artist goes through the journey of being sexist and then not sexist, that the society that's listening to this music will also take the journey with them. And that's why we would rather ban it completely to allow people to not become sexist from the beginning and to keep artists from not implementing their sexist views on the society.
Point of information.
Nothing. The opposition side in their secretary spoke about how artists use the derogatory terms such as faggot or nigger to impose, to discourage the racism, to discourage the prejudice, and to discourage prejudice against homosexuals.